Yamaha presents the Whitetail Diaries, chronicling hunting adventures of the most plentiful and intelligent big game animal in North America. Join top whitetail hunters nationwide. Embark on the amazing adventure that is hunting the whitetail deer.
You know, the traditions of anything are exciting. It doesn't matter whether it's a rivalry game in football, baseball, any sport, or a family reunion or whatever it may be. And for us, traditions are tied to the deer hunting. We all really get excited, look forward to opening weekend. We talk about it all summer long, all spring long. We just talk about it. This is a day, a weekend, and a time frame that we cherish that time out in the field.
You know, we've had a tradition going on for the last 4 or 5 years, and I think it's going to go on for a long time, where Wade and Steve and Kevin, Rusty, my brother, Jeff Reynolds, we all get together up here and we meet on opening weekend. We play a little bit of golf. We kind of, give each other grief, but we all have a common goal: to hunt big, mature whitetail, try to kill the biggest buck we can. And to me, it's an incredible time.
It's getting to be one of them deals that, we kind of plan this every year to spend opening weekend down here. That's what hunting's all about, hanging out with your buddies, having a good time. We may play washers, we may play golf during the middle of the day if we're not hunting. And then in the morning and the evenings, we're going to be in the stands and seeing what we can do.
It's just silly how eager and anxious and excited and the anticipation, how it builds. Especially in the last few weeks, for me, probably the last few months leading up to it. And I look forward to this, to get out and not only get amongst the animals, but leave the workplace behind as much as I can for at least a few days and go hunting.
There's something about a weekend like this where, everybody makes time and you get together and you have a big cookout and you're, the deer hunting itself is, I won't say it's secondary because it's not, but sometimes it's not the most important aspect around the whole weekend.
The whole thing is all about this goal to hunt and kill a big, mature whitetail, but we're all doing it together, and that's the cool thing. When the deer's finally harvested, we'll all be together.
For us, a big part of the hunting early in the year is actually getting to get out and use products that we may be in field testing. Maybe it's rifles, maybe it's scopes, maybe it's binoculars, maybe it's little accessories that we've been toying with, working with manufacturers all during the off season. And now it's really time to be able to get out and put them to the test and find out a little bit more about all of this practice, so to speak, all the time on the range, all the time learning how certain things work, and get out. It's game day. It's literally when the sun comes up in the morning and we're hopping in the Wolverines and leaving, it's game day.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you by Yamaha ATV and side-by-sides, real world tough. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Garmin Rhino 7 Series. Wherever you hunt, make it Rhino country.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
For sale, Lakeside Getaway, solid construction, with mudroom. For $200, no mortgage necessary. Cabela's West Wind Dome Tent, great price, lifetime guarantee, only at Cabela's.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Well, the morning of opening day is here, and as the last few hours of darkness slowly turn to light, Wade and Steve head out for their first hunts of the season.
All right, we got the all-new Wolverine X4, and yesterday we were out running some people around. We actually had 3 and 4 of us in here at a time, checking out the spots we're going to be today. and for the coming weekend. But now that we got me and Jeff, and we got probably more gear than we need, and ideally maybe we'll put a deer back here. We're gonna go ahead and move the rear row up. I've got the left seat on the backside already up. I'm gonna move this one up right now. Gives us quite a bit more capacity in the back, 600 pounds total for whatever we need right now. Good to go. Versatility, name of the game of this thing. It's really awesome, smooth, quiet. I've only spent a little bit of time in it, and I plan to spend a lot more this weekend, so looking forward to it.
Now, as Steve heads off to his stand for the morning, we'll follow Wade to his.
This year, I'm going to be sitting on a pond probably to start opening morning if the wind and the conditions stay what we're predicting, and probably hunt there a couple of times. It's a really unique setup in the sense that great watering hole. There's a big food plot area kind of behind me, and the deer can probably come from 360. As the first, light starts breaking over the horizon, you start to hear a few birds. But in this case here, we heard more bass jumping and sloshing and, eating on the shoreline than we were hearing anything. And that was almost a distraction for me. But then finally we saw the first deer of the season off to our left. This little young guy was over there feeding on a few random acorns, and he just kind of milled around and was doing his thing. And as the morning kind of went on, the sun started getting up a little higher. We had, 2 bucks kind of come in together, ease around in through the brush over there. I kind of got some looks at them. I felt like one of them was the 9-point that we had some scouting camera photos of that I had, kind of gotten attached to. Had this little crooked main beam look going on. Is one side was taller than the other, kind of the way it bent in and wrapped around. And those deer just kind of milled around the edges, kind of stayed behind a clump of oaks for the most part. They never came all the way down to the pond, and then eventually they exited at the back end of the, or what would be the front end for me, I guess would be better to say, and kind of worked left to right and out. Never really given a good shot, but the fact of knowing that, hey, I've got 2 good mature deer in the area. It's early season hunt. In the early season, I've always found the evenings to be a little bit better, a little bit more activity. So we're gonna slide out of here. It's about 9 o'clock right now. Eat some pancakes. That's our traditional opening weekend breakfast on the opening morning. Come back this afternoon because I haven't heard any shots around anywhere. So probably slow for most folks, even though we did see a couple of good bucks. We just never had an opportunity to get a shot. I have a feeling this afternoon, this water hole, it might be a different story.
Let's check in with Steve Nessel and see how his morning went.
I think we're gonna call it a morning here. Opening weekend, Texas. It was a good morning. We actually had one of the deer that are on our hit list out in front of us. Maybe for an hour and a half. Good 12 points, got some bladed 2s. But if I'm honest with myself, there's this 8 that I really at least want to see on the hoof. But this wasn't the best setup for the morning either because we expected some cloud cover and we actually got blasted by some sun for a good part of it. So I think we're gonna get down and get the Wolverine X4 head back, talk about it, but I'm pretty sure this is our evening spot too because the sun will be at our back and I think we're gonna have it set up pretty nice. Maybe see a few more deer, but if that 12 point continues to tempt me, who knows? Good morning, opening weekend. Couldn't ask for more.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you by Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Purina Quick Draw Mineral Blocks, a difference you can see. Smith & Wesson Performance Center, performance when it matters most. 10-point crossbows, perfection lives here.
The art of the hunt is not painted with a broad brush. Its eye is in the details. The note on the refrigerator. A set of broadheads, tried and true. the well-worn boots soaked in doe estrus, and a Garmin Rhino, the only GPS with two-way radio. Clear the rhubarb out of the freezer. It's whitetail season in Rhino country.
The thing about public land is that most people hunt the same old beaten path. The thing about you is, you're not most folks. Introducing the new TC Compass, only by Thompson Center. Follow your own compass with America's master gunmaker.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. It's opening weekend here on the Wendland Ranch, and Wade heads back to the pond he hunted in the morning, hoping that the water will be a refreshing sight for the deer during the warm afternoon.
You know, many times when it comes to hunting scenarios in early season, you're dealing with, early season conditions of heat. Deer that are just kind of starting to break up their bachelor pad, groups. They've been running together all summer long, and now they're fighting with their buddy that they were friends with all summer long, and you're starting to see dominance begin to emerge, and so the patterns are really radically changing. Other things that I always keep in mind when it comes to early season hunting is the food sources are constantly changing. Is it a dry year or a wet year? What are the acorns doing? What type of browse and forbs are just coming up out of the ground? Did somebody plant a food plot that took off real early? These deer in this time of the year, they can really rapidly change. I expect as that sun gets down behind this pond dam, it'll start cooling off in this area. These deer ought to get up on their feet and just kind of move around in here. I've got a 30-06 in the TC Compass right now. My longest shot's probably 165, 175 yards, so we're perfectly set up there. And I think as the day goes on, when these bucks get up on their feet, we'll probably see them in bachelor groups. We may see, may only see one, but may see 2, 3, 4 bucks at a time. That's pretty common for early in the season where we're hunting at right now. Steve's not too far away from me. He's probably a quarter of a mile on the other side of this ridge over there, so we may even hear him shooting. Hopefully one of us, when we head back to the fish Friday night, which is our traditional open weekend cookout, be having a nice deer to celebrate over. Nothing left to do now but sit and wait for the sun to get down low and those bucks get on their feet. As time passed, these deer basically came all the way down. They got to the edge of the pond, just like you envisioned it. I knew now as they were coming out and easing along the edge of that pond that basically, we had great camera footage at that point. And I knew that one deer was that 9-point that had gotten me fairly excited, big, mature, full-bodied deer. And, both the deer kind of meandering around there. And then, here come the doe. She kind of came down to the water, and then she got spooky, which all of a sudden changed the entire dynamics. That 9-point quickly left the pond where I was getting ready to take a shot, and he started working back up towards the side of the hill, and I'm just thinking turn broadside. He's done. Wow. You talk about pretty early season hunting. Man, these deer come off this big ridge there. The sun's lighting them up. I mean, he comes down. He comes down. They kind of ease down around the water like that, just like you would imagine, just like you would dream. You could see the silhouettes in the water. He starts easing back up after they got done around the water. And just, I mean, gave me a perfect broadside shot right out there. That's, I mean, a chip shot, 110 yards right there. The old TC Compass. Put the smack down on him. I can see him down right there. I mean, that's what's so fun about early season hunting like this. I mean, it's just gorgeous out here right now. Of course, hunting anytime's gorgeous. Wow. I mean, look at all these tracks. They're just all working along this shoreline here. You can just see them. And the end result is right up here. We got another awesome whitetail buck. Look at that. TC put the smack down on him. Golly. You look at the character on this deer here. It's really got a unique right main beam in comparison to the left side. Look at this. It comes out and goes up and goes in, kind of compressed there. Really good threes on both sides, solid twos, good brows, but it's got a really neat little tine. It just kind of comes off right there. That's a great 9-point right there. What a cool deer.
As Wade returns to camp, Steve wraps up his evening hunt.
We're obviously out of light tonight. It was awesome. I mean, we had deer on us even before I thought we would. That shooter, that 10 main frame, he's got a couple stickers, he's a 12, was in for a long time again tonight and had a couple of 10s. One incredible looking 10, but he's probably a little young. I don't think he's on the list, but we'll confirm when we get back to camp. Man, there's a lot of action. It was pretty cool. No shot. We did hear a shot. Like we think Wade got one, so we're gonna boogie back to camp and eat some dinner, hopefully celebrate Wade's deer and make a plan for tomorrow.
When we return, Steve gets his chance on opening weekend. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you by Wiley X, Absolute, Premium, Protection. Walkers, protect it or lose it. Yamaha ATV and side-by-sides, real world tough.
We plan all year for this. We hone our skills. We have confidence in the gear we choose. When the time comes, will you be ready? We're giving away 10 DS4K models between now and the end of the year. To enter for your chance to win, text STEALTH to 59262.
High-Vis Shooting Systems knows that your shooting performance matters in all conditions. All high-vis shooters experience faster target acquisition with our durable light wave sights. Featuring easily interchangeable light pipes, light wave sights give your eyes the exact sight picture you crave. Shoot high-vis. See what you've been missing. Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Steve Nessel has his eyes set on an 8-point buck that's been seen on the property, but the buck has turned out to be quite elusive. Steve is now on day 2 of opening weekend in a ground blind where the deer's been spotted on camera. Steve didn't have any luck in the morning, but his luck is about to change as he prepares for the evening hunt.
We're back in the same spot we were this morning. A couple of reasons why is wind's good, sun's good, but also the 8 that's been itching me is we got camera footage of him here last night. So get set up, not fiddle, because I tend to do that when I'm waiting. And then hopefully get him to come in or see one of the other deer and christen the back end of this Wolverine X4.
It's gonna sound silly, especially to people who haven't done it. Right away, I know I made the right decision. Because I sat there for almost a total of 3 hours and a full day looking at a 12. And he didn't really do that much for me. But I see that 8 for a split second and I can feel my heart and my chest start pounding.
I'd say that's why you wait on a deer to get your heart going, your blood pumping, because opening weekend I knew there were a couple 8s that it really, I mean, I just looked at them more than twice, even at pictures. And I sat all day yesterday looking at a real nice mature 12. 10 frame with some stickers, cool deer, but the first time I saw him, my heart didn't go boom, boom. And I saw this deer maybe 15 minutes ago on the hoof for the first time, and I had a hard time getting my breathing in control. I feel like I put a good shot on him. I mean, yeah, 2 shots, Steve, jokes aside, I had to wait a minute for the deer to clear, get him broadside, help me, squeeze. I hope we're not looking for him for long. It's still a little early. It was hot. It's cooled off pretty quick. We got shade. The deer came in and no, they were bedded down. They were coming from. He's a cool deer. There were 2 8s I was looking at. One that came up like this and one that went out like this. And he comes back in on his right side, but it's awesome deer. I see the white underbelly. I always get so scared. I haven't seen a drop of blood yet. I always get so scared. He's right there. Oh, just want to do right by the animal. Oh, he wasn't going far at all. Oh, big guy. People say, Justin, I love me some 8s. I don't even go out very far, but he goes out. He wants to take flight with these suckers. Oh boy, he got a big old body on him too. This guy is awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, congratulations, Steve, on christening the back of the Wolverine X4 with that stud of a buck. That'll do it for this entry into the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries.
There he was, there he was, there he was.
There he is. That's what you like right there. He is.
What does it take to make EverCalm deer scent? It takes a deer farmer who raises whitetails. It takes mixing the special blend of EverCalm, testing each batch,
That smells good.
and then pouring each container. Once it's cooled, each container is cleaned, examined, and packaged for shipping. It takes the finest deer herd and a great team of people to make the best hunting scent available. EverCalm from Conquest Scents.
Efficient power, shooting 370 feet per second at only 140 pounds of draw weight. The ultralight Eclipse RCX boasts next-generation reverse cam technology, taking your performance to inspiring new levels. 10-point. Perfection lives here.
Man versus nature. It's a tale as old as time. An external struggle, pitting the hero against an animal in a battle of strength and wits to see who'll come out victorious. Will you accept the challenge?
Performance Center by Smith & Wesson. Performance when it matters most.
You work hard to put feed where you need it, when you want it. And thanks to our patented SpinTech spinner mechanism that elevates up and down, you'll no longer have feed go to waste due to wind or unwanted varmints. When the motor is shut off, the spinner plate is automatically pushed up tight and sealed against the hopper, protecting your feed. Stop wasting your time and let the SpinTech technology work for you.
Many said that we were just obsessed when we started, that there had to be an easier way to smoke food. As time passed, the Bradley family created a lineup of Bradley electric smokers that has made it easier for the novice or even expert chef to get perfect results every time they use it. Grab yourself a Bradley smoker and take your cooking to an all-new level.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
The Bubba Blade 4-inch gut hook, featuring mossy oak breakup country, fashions a high-carbon stainless steel blade built perfectly to meet your needs. Designed for effective precision cutting. The famous Bubba Blade handle, featuring mossy oak breakup country, providing ultimate control when harvesting your game. Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife.
Purina's Quick Draw is the perfect solution for attracting deer to your location and providing them with the essential nutrients that will encourage their growth.
Use these blocks where you can, and I promise you, not only are you going to see more game, but the game's going to benefit from you placing it out.
Hercules Outdoor Industries is the new leader in hunting blinds. However you hunt, Hercules is the one blind for all needs. Hercules blinds are entirely made in the USA using high-quality fiberglass components that can last through rain, snow, and all those cold winters. All Hercules fiberglass hunting blinds are foam insulated and carpeted, and Hercules Outdoor Industries will arrange to have it delivered directly to you. Find out more at HerculesOutdoors.com.
When you're out hunting, make sure you're carrying GroveTech. GroveTech is designed specifically for the rigorous demands of the hunt and sets the standard for strength and ruggedness when out in the field. GroveTech products have simply built the best tools for the job and are proudly made in the USA. Go hunt. We'll carry the gun. GroveTech.
Since 1984, Sawyer Products has offered the most technologically advanced solutions for protection against sun and bugs. Sawyer Picaridin insect repellent is effective against mosquitoes and flies. It's safe on you and your gear. And to maximize your protection, use a combination of Picaridin with odorless permethrin for your clothing and gear. Sawyer's Stay Put sunscreen will keep you comfortable and getting better protection for even longer. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there.
Every day, your eyes are exposed to dust, debris, and wind. Only Wiley X removable gaskets block it all out, and your eyes remain safe. Wiley X, absolute premium protection for sportsmen.
Protect it or lose it.
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 Trusted and used by the most experienced sportsmen to keep their game cold and fresh, Arctic Ice is the most reliable and longest-lasting reusable cooler pack available. But you don't have to be a serious hunter or extreme fisherman to enjoy all the benefits of Arctic Ice in your cooler. Whether it's road trips with a family, weekend tournaments, or backyard barbecues, Arctic Ice will make sure your cooler stays ice cold for days with no mess. Arctic Ice, no hassle, no mess, colder than the rest.